Hojlund is a done deal. We've got that Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. And Manchester United are wasting no time, according to Badula, already putting in a bid for Amrabat. Now Hojlund is done. United go straight in for Amrabat. They've told Amrabat, you just got to wait until Hojlund's done putting in their bids. And Amrabat, here we go, could be coming. We're going to get into news on that towards the end of the video, but I want to start this video by talking about Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund has come out and basically said, I'm a massive Man United fan. I'm not going to hide that. Rasmus Hojlund has done some crazy things. He actually hired Ten Hag's agency, the SEG agency, and said, I will sack you if you don't get me a move to United. He had phone calls from other Premier League clubs he rejected. He had phone calls from PSG offering him a higher wage contract, which he rejected. He only wanted United, and that is my signing. Not only is he a good young player that can be developed, he's a player that wanted United only, turned down higher wages. His dream is to make it at United. He set that Ten Hag is the manager for him, and I think Ten Hag and Benny McCarthy will improve him massively. And I've said that in my Here We Go video. I did like a 10-minute video talking about why Rasmus Hojlund is such a good signing. Look, I think we overpaid by 10 million. It's 64 million pounds we're paying. I think we should have paid about 54 million pounds. But we'll get into that later. I want to get into what Rasmus Hojlund has said. And just a stat for you, by the way, only 5 players under the age of 20 in the last 15 years have managed more than 9 or more goals in the Serie A, and Hojlund is one of them. So a lot of people talk about 9 goals, but he played the equivalent of 24 90s. He got 11 goal contributions in about 24 90s, basically a goal contribution every other game. But it was said Rasmus Hojlund hired the SEG agency, the same group as Ten Hag, for a 3-month trial period with the message, take me to Man United or I'll get other agents for the future. He absolutely wanted to join United. And this was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. He's saying Hojlund literally hired the agents and said, you've got 3 months, get me to United or I'm getting someone else. And they got him to Manchester United. He was that determined for the move. He had PSG offering higher wages. But Romano also said this. Romano said Manchester United had a feeling another English club was calling Hojlund's agent, but he only wanted United. Erik ten Hag had more than 3 calls with Rasmus Hojlund to explain his plan and what he expected of him. But Erik ten Hag called Hojlund wanted United, but the fact Fabrizio Romano was saying other Premier League clubs tried calling Hojlund's agent, but he only wanted United, you know it's true. If maybe Samuel Luckhurst had said that, I'd be like, is United just saying that as to try and make it look like we've got Hojlund and, you know, make Murta look better? But Romano doesn't say things to make Murta or Arnold look better. Romano says things because it's facts. And you probably had Arsenal maybe. I'd probably say Arsenal, they were linked to Hojlund, ringing up about Hojlund and his agent, and he went, no, I only want United here. PSG ringing them up, offering a higher wages. Nope, I only want United. And while the fee is quite hefty for Hojlund, 60 grand a week isn't too bad if you compare it to other wages. I think PSG were going to offer him over 100 grand a week. And Rasmus Hojlund was asked about Manchester United. He did an interview about a month ago where he was asked about the United rumours, and he said this. Now that you ask, I will not hide the fact I'm a huge Manchester United fan, he said. So personally, it would be one of the biggest things for me. But of course, that doesn't mean I would turn down other big clubs if offers come in at some point. But he made it clear he is a massive United fan. His profile picture on Facebook when he was like 15 was all United based. He went and followed all the United guys on Instagram. And as soon as he knew United had some interest, he was not interested in anyone else. He is a massive United fan. He's come out and said that. And that is exactly what you want. Someone that wants to come to this club, not someone that's 30 and they know United are going to give them crazy wages, retirement package, want it all. Someone with hunger, someone that's a Man United fan, someone that will die for the badge, like the Sandro Martinez will die for the badge, that is willing to break a bone just to score a goal. And that is exactly what you want in a player. Saying he's a United fan, hiring agents to get the move, and of course rejecting other clubs. There's nothing more I want in a player. And Romano said that Rasmus Hojlund only wanted United, and Rasmus Hojlund's basically come out and said he is a big United fan. But what are the final details on this move? Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United are prepared to book a medical for Rasmus Hojlund after the agreement is sealed with Atalanta, and Hojlund will sign a contract valid until June 2028 with an option of a further year. Clubs will exchange the documents in the next 24 to 48 hours. So it's done, it's here we go. But he had to fly back to Italy with Atalanta squad because he needs to pack up his things, he needs to say goodbye, he needs to do some final things. And United are on pre-season tour, so there's not too much of a rush to do his medical today or tomorrow. I think his medical will probably be something like Tuesday. Probably say goodbye tomorrow, get a play Monday. Medical will probably be Tuesday. But it was said £73 million deal for Rasmus Hojlund with 64 million upfront and over 8 million add-ons. 64 million should have been the deal, should have been 55 million upfront with about 8 million in add-ons. But the add-ons won't go to 73 million unless he's just madness. And you've got to remember the striker market's inflated. 73 million now is like 55 million 2 years ago. It's a similar price to Sancho, but will only ever play 64 million for him unless he's unbelievably good, and then he'll be worth the 73 million. So yes, it goes up to 73 million, but we are paying 64 million for Hojlund, which is a 10 million overpayment. I'm not going to lie to you. But Ten Hag clearly wanted this guy, and at least we got it done. And I think it's been obvious in pre-season we need a striker for the start of the season. And I'll be honest with it, I'm impressed with United. We've got we've got Annan and Mount and Hojlund who are going to be here for the start of the season. Got them all within the space of a month, and now we're putting in a bid for Amrabat. This is not like United. United used to faff about. We used to get deals done in August. We used to panic. The last few seasons, last window was an absolute mess. Getting Casemiro and Antony last minute, playing around. Ten Hag has come into Man United, and Ten Hag has come in United with a lot of ambition. And he went to the board, get me signings now. I'm not waiting till August. I want them for the start of the season. He's shown some ambition. He's pushed the board, and I have to give it to Murta and Arnold because I am very critical of them. But they have done their job. Ten Hag said I want a goalkeeper, a midfielder, and a striker. More than anything, he's got those three. For the job to be good, though, they need to get rid of some of the debris. We need to make sure Bailly goes, McTominay goes. Yes, Elanga and Tellers have already gone, but we need Bailly gone, McTominay gone, Fred gone, potentially Donny gone. For them to make it a good window, they need to get rid of that deadwood and go for Amrabat. And United have reportedly put in a bid for Amrabat. Now, it was said on Amrabat that Manchester United plan has always been clear. The priority is Rasmus Hojlund, then negotiations start for Amrabat. No official bid. Official verbal bid to Fiorentina yet. It will happen after Hojlund. It's always been that, and Amrabat's keen on the move and well informed of United's plans. Now, Romano said this earlier today, right after Hojlund signed. News has come out since saying there has been an Amrabat bid from Padella. But what Romano is saying, which is really important to me, is that Amrabat is aware of United's plan, that they had to focus on Hojlund first, and Amrabat is keen on United. Because Romano, despite the Italian media basically pushing that Amrabat's done and Amrabat's really close, and Moroccan sources saying Amrabat will be a United player, Fabrizio Romano has been particularly quiet on the Amrabat to United news. He's saying there's an interest, but they got to sell Fred, or there's an interest, so they're focusing on Hojlund. But Romano has come out for the first time and said Amrabat wants United, he's keen on the move, he knows their plan, and that United are going to go for them now. That is what he's saying, and the fact that he's saying Amrabat wants United, he's in the plan, and United are going to go for him now, that's particularly exciting, because once Romano is saying stuff like that, you know the player wants to come, and you know the club's going to make a move soon. You know that it's probably likely to happen unless another club comes in and puts a bid and gets it done right away because we're faffing. There's a feeling that Man United might need to sell someone first to get it done, but we know that Fred will leave, we know that Donny could leave, and we know that McTominay could leave. So I don't think that will be a problem, but I think Amrabat could be advancing. But reportedly we put in a first bid. I wouldn't be surprised if we put in a first bid, but it's under the value for Amrabat, and then we put in a second bid and a third bid, and we drag it out while we try and get Fred sold. But it has been said from Padula, who is a very good source. He's not a Romano level source, so if Romano comes out tomorrow and says that's no bid, I will believe Romano over Padula. But Padula's been pretty accurate in the transfer window. He's got a lot of inside Hojlund information, and he has said that just in Manchester United's bid arrived at Fiorentina for Amrabat. He said this a couple hours after Romano said there has been no bid. He literally said this an hour ago, and I'm filming this at 1 in the morning because I've just got back from a night out, I'm not going to lie to you. But he said United's bid has come in for Amrabat. So, Hojlund is signed, here we go. His medical will be in the coming days. Hojlund's a big United fan pushing for the move, and I'm happy with that. And then Manchester United have gone and put in a bid for Amrabat reportedly, and Romano's confirming Amrabat's the plan now. Amrabat wants to move, and the United's plan was always Hojlund. And then Amrabat. So lots and lots to be positive with Manchester United. Getting business done quick, getting business done early. And you have to admit, you know, yes, Harry Kane would have been the ideal striker. Yes, Moises Caicedo would have been the ideal midfielder. But, you know, Moises Caicedo would have been 100 million. We can get Mount and Amrabat for 80 million. We couldn't get Harry Kane, so we've got Hojlund, Ten Hag's next target. The fact that it was very obvious that Manchester United needed a centre-back. Manchester United needed a striker, a centre-mid and a goalkeeper. 100% needed one of each this summer. And they also needed Casemiro backup if they could. There was 4 key areas United needed to address. If they get Amrabat, they've all addressed that within their budget. And the budget isn't as high as normal because obviously the Glazers being difficult. So lots to be positive about. And Phil Brown on Twitter tweeted this, and I tweeted it, and he said, United signed Mount, Annan and Hojlund within the space of 25 days. The contrast from previous seasons is remarkable. Credit where it's due. And it's absolutely spot on. I agree with him. But I want to say one thing on Rasmus Hojlund. He's 20 years of age. If he doesn't hit the ground running, we've got to not be critical. He's one for the future. Let's not have some high expectations on him, but I do think he'll be a good signing. Smash a like, smash subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.